Okay, guys, so welcome to another Scrap and Irish Sunday night Scrap Chat Live. Hope everyone had a great new year. I'll give it a few minutes for a few people maybe to pop in. Truck fan, welcome in. Scrap and Salvage was here earlier, so welcome in. Happy New Year to you guys. Have a bit of a cold, sorry about that. So yeah, not feeling the best, but we'll plow on and we'll discuss what the year holds ahead for us in maybe scrap world and prices of materials and where do we see stuff going in the next year or so. So Ron, welcome in. Good to see you too as well. Sorry, let me clear my throat there. Yeah, so I was noticing a few interesting um, things online today when I was just looking through gold prices and stuff like that. Hey, HH Recycling Truck fan again. I just figured up all the Danish returns I have. 1272 worth. Well, that's good. How many cans is that in total? Hey, electronic scrapper, welcome in. Good to see you. How are you getting on with that? You sent me a message during the week, but how are you getting on with what you're working on? Let us know. Please, Andy, welcome in. Good to see you. Hope you had a good new year. Paul Frost, great to see you as well. Happy New Year to you guys. Hope the cold weather isn't affecting you too much because I know in America they have a big snowstorm, and here in Ireland and in the UK there was a snowstorm as well. Now, where I am, we didn't get it too bad. And I know other parts of Ireland did get it a lot worse. Some people got up to 7 or 8 inches of snow, but we didn't get it too bad down here. John Wright, great to see you. Welcome in. Happy New Year to you, sir. Yeah. So what was I going to talk about? Well, I was going to talk about copper. I know Shark Scrapper was talking about on his live, and I think he's still live at the moment. Maybe he isn't, maybe he is. Yeah, he's still live at the moment. The copper prices and stuff like that. Where do we see copper prices going for the new year? He's on about copper theft. But an interesting article I was reading up was actually based on the UK and the amount of money that the telecom companies are going to make back from replacing. It's going to cost them a lot of money to get rid of the old copper lines and put in the new fiber lines, but they're going to get 600 million back from the old copper that they're going to be taking out of the lines that's going to be going along the place. Yeah, hit that like, guys, if you don't mind. HH Recycling. Gently tap the like. Yeah, so they're estimating that the telecom companies will recoup 600 million from old copper lines that are going to be replaced, going into people's houses, into people's businesses. So I don't know if they're going to do it themselves, or have they contracted someone to do that to recover all the old copper when they're putting in the new fiber lines. So it's just straightforward, pull out the old copper line and put in the new fiber line, sell it on to someone who's given the buying it, and then they'll make more money from that. But I thought that was quite interesting because you forget that all this fiber that's going in is replacing the copper, and the copper is going to be needed for the I suppose the electrification that we're heading down that road for electrification of cars and stuff like that, and all these thing. Any bloopers this week for Truck Fan? Anyone? It all belongs to BT. So there we go. BT own the lines here. I think it's a company called Eir that own the lines in Ireland. It used to be called Eircom, or it used to be called I don't know what the original name for was so far back. But so yeah, they own the copper lines here. But surely but slowly they're changing them all. Yeah, just like that. Caress the like. So I thought it was an interesting fact, and also I was reading another article where they have discovered another way of recovering gold from e-waste. They've done tests, and it's another way that they're going to get 99.9% of the gold back from the circuit boards. So John Wright has said he has started posting some content. We'll have to check that out later, John. That's good. What sort of content is it? You scrapping stuff out, or going to scrap yards, or what sort of content is it? Patrick Williams, welcome in. Good to see you. Happy New Year to you. Patrick was given the price earlier there on Sharks Live of copper is at here in Ireland $7.30, I think he said, a kg for bright, and for number 2 I think it was $6.50 you were saying, Patrick? Let us know. Sorry, my voice is going. I've got a chest infection of sorts. So, but it's one of those things. It's time of year for it when you pick up colds and stuff like that on it, you know. Anything else there? I've recently been dabbling in filming alongside my usual reverse vending machine stuff. Okay. Hey, Everyday Solars, welcome in. Good to see you. Happy New Year to you. As everyone got their Everyday Solars calendar, we can officially now show the first month because the month has started. So who is in January? Anyone that hasn't got the calendar yet, guess whose January is? I'll have to open the calendar on January for a second. Give me a second. February. I don't want anyone to see. So January is our good friend Raphael Scrapper in the man cave. So there we go. There's the January is the first one on there is Raphael gets pride of place, being the first person on the calendar. It's great that so many scrappers have bought the calendar, and it's all the money's going to a good cause. Still not too late to get yours, I presume. They're still available. Everyday Solars, I presume they're still available. So it all goes to a good cause. Young lives versus cancer. So it's, and there's the McDonald's house, and there's Ron McDonald House, Dreams, Tailor-Made Dreams, and Demilza, is it? I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm very bad at pronouncing words. So it's great to see that. Oh, and Tub. Is Tub in there as well? I don't know that. Oh yes, sorry. I'm on the other side, yeah. So Raphael there and Tub over here. So or Tom, whichever way you want to call him. So yeah, it's definitely worth good causes, and unfortunately someone passed away, and that's the reason she had to do it, a very close family member. So it's one of those things you'd hope you wouldn't have to do something like that, but there's always people who suffer from cancer, and kids it's even worse. So anyone that's got that calendar, appreciate it. Oh, Mike, sorry, Mike. Calendar. I didn't want to. I won't show what month Mike is on. You'll have to wait and get the calendar and see what month Mike is on. Hey, Scrap in Scotland, welcome in. Good to see you. Who else was there? Someone else coming in. I forgot to say.
When Shark comes in here, say hi, hello, Chip.
Say what?
When Shark comes in, just say hi, Chip.
Hi, Chip.
Yeah, he'll laugh.
Okay.
Then I'll explain.
Excuse me. I've got a cold. Hi, Mike. Been loving your videos of late. Andy's saying she's loving your videos. Hey, Scrooge McDuckin, welcome in. And Scrap in Scotland, I said hi to, I think, and HH Recycling, I think I said hi to. Don't forget to hit the like, guys. So, Mike, how's the copper motors going? Have you them all done now?
No. And I'm getting a chest cold, so.
I have it. I already have one.
Yeah.
Hey, Steve, welcome in. Good to see you.
Here's how you cure that.
Oh, Cadbury's chocolate. Yeah. Loads of
it. How you cure it.
David Harder, welcome in. Good to see you, sir. Anyone else there I missed coming in? I don't think I have. Yeah, everyone's getting this cold at the moment. You've plenty of snow up your way now, have you?
Got no snow here. Beautiful sunny day.
Oh, that storm hasn't hit you, no?
No, it went right below us.
Oh.
We wanted Roger to have it.
Oh, okay, send it down to,
Yeah,
to Roger.
we were feeling generous, so we all just stood
Yeah,
up here and went like this, and
pushed it
we
down
gave it
that
all
way.
away.
A shark scrapper can have some of it as well.
Yeah, you can have a little bit.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, we're quite
Yeah,
giving up here.
yeah. Share it. Don't keep it all for yourselves. Always share. You know,
Right.
it's the best way of doing things. Share it out. You know.
Oh man, where'd you get that calendar from? It's nice.
I know. I think you have a few of them. Did you purchase a few calendars? Hey, Cruiser Mac, welcome in. Good to see you.
Yeah, about 5 of them.
Cruiser Mac was in hospital there. I think it was in November, was it, or something? So hope you're doing well, Cruiser. Hope everything's going okay for you now.
Well, he's old. What do you expect? Old people. It happens.
Hey, Chip. You didn't hear it. Hey, Chip. I was told to say hey, Chip to you. I don't know what it's about, but you can guess who said it to say it. Doesn't take too much to guess who said to say that to you. I wonder who said it.
I know exactly what that's about.
Okay, he just said when he comes in, say it to him. I said, okay, I don't even know what this is about. Scrap in Scotland said, I thought you were getting a haircut, Mike.
Wasn't feeling good yesterday, so maybe tonight. I don't know.
Hey, CC Scraps, welcome in. Good to see you. I was saying earlier there, Shark. I know you were still going live or whatever. I was reading an article. It was the article I sent you that you said you had to pay to read.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, well, you see, you're in America, so this would have been free over here, but probably in America. It was just on about the telecom companies in the UK that they're going to get. They reckon they're going to get about 600 million back from the copper they're digging up from putting down the new fiber optic and taking out the old copper lines. So they're saying that it's going to be worth about 600 million. To them, so, like when they put them lines in. The copper was really cheap. I don't know what that's about again.
This is a North Carolina chipmunk right here.
Chipmunk.
I was watching this video the other day and I paused it to go do something, and when I came back, that's what it was. So I had to send it to him.
Oh, stop. Richard, Happy New Year. By the way, Happy New Year, guys. Good to see. Happy New Year to you. I hope you have a good New Year, and I hope 2025 goes really well for everyone. Hopefully, Mike.
Sorry, I was late getting in, man. I lost track of time, and so we ran late. I apologize for that.
That's all right. That's never a problem. It takes as long as it takes to get your thing. So. I had to go early to come, before you finish. So, what was the consensus on the new laws in Minnesota and stuff like that? What was your consensus from the chat afterwards? What were people saying?
Yeah, most people don't like it. They and I get it. I understand. It seems like the law is putting the burden on law-abiding citizens. It's very understandable that folks in Minnesota aren't happy about that. But there were a lot of comments about, and they may come up again here from folks about what people are going to do to try to get around the laws, which could get them in more trouble. And yeah, it was a rough one.
How much is the license? Did you say?
$250 a year.
Yeah, so that's $5 a week, roughly. Now, if you're selling scrap and collecting scrap, $5 a week is not much to make sure you're within the laws, as far as I can see it. That's the way I look at it. If you're bringing scrap into the yard and you're bringing copper in, and you're bringing $200 of copper a week in, $5 is not much to pay to get that money back. So I could, if it was over $1,000 or was a couple of $1,000 for a license, I could understand. Because over here, if you want to collect scrap, you have to have a license, a collector's license, and it's at least, I don't know, is it $2,000 a year? So if you want to do it as a business, so So like it's not a huge amount that you have to pay in there for it. I know that what people are saying is that if the people that are paying the law, abiding by the law, are getting done because of the people that don't abide by the law, then I can understand that. But isn't it up then to people who are abiding by the law to maybe tell the police about the people that aren't? I'm sure they know as scrappers. Everyone knows in the area who's doing what. Just rat them out. Rat them out.
Well, that's interesting, because I got to say, I don't believe I saw a single comment during my live stream where anybody talked about, hey, why don't we just start ratting out the people that aren't following the law?
Well, see, that's an anti-establishment sort of mentality with a lot of people. Like, none of us like to tell tales, but if it's costing you money, maybe then that might change your attitude.
Well, and as a business owner in the scrapping and recycling business, I have a legal obligation to report anything that I think is stolen material. As a business owner, I can get in serious trouble if I handle stolen goods, and the law is going to assume that I knew it was stolen, and I have to prove I didn't know it was stolen. So. Yeah, the law tries really hard to make sure that the people that are in the business of buying and selling scrap try to do the right thing.
Yeah, it's a good point what American's favorite hoarder there. He said, as a hobbyist, I only made about $300 from my scrap last year, barely beer and gas money. So yeah, I suppose that if you're only making that sort of money and you have to pay 200 and something for a license, then you're not going to bother even scrapping. You're not going to bother thing. So it's the hobbyist scrapper does affect more than the people that are doing it for a living, and usually the people that are doing it for a living are abiding by the laws anyhow. Loafer, welcome in. Philip, welcome in. Happy New Year, guys. Yeah, not my business to report others. That's not my vibe, but that may be why they all get terrified when I come to the yard with my GoPro. Yeah. I'd be afraid to get caught on the camera.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny when I was doing the street scrapping in Florida, and I would have the GoPro, on my head or up on the truck. There were some of the scrappers that they'd see me, they'd come over, they'd say hi, they'd talk. They didn't care. They actually had fun being on camera. Some of them would really ham it up. And then there were others that would yell at me, hey, turn that damn thing off. Don't you record me.
Watch God is asking, John Wright saying, is that law only on wire? No, I think it's on any copper products. Is this Shark?
Yeah, so in Michigan, it's on any copper product. Minnesota. Anything that's got copper in it.
So motors or ACs or anything like that will be classed as it because they contain copper.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But he said Michigan, it's Minnesota.
Did I say Michigan? I'm sorry, Minnesota.
I'll correct your old ass. Don't worry about it.
By the way, Hill 13, welcome in. I forgot to say hi to you when you were in there. So it's interesting to see. But there's law, as you were saying already in your live, there's laws in most places to try and stop theft, whether it be catalytic converters or stuff like that. A lot of places won't accept catalytic converters from people who haven't got a business license and can't prove where they came from and stuff like that. So there is laws, but as I say, the copper is one that's kind of is thing. So if you were out scrapping in there now, Minnesota, and you don't have a license for copper, you could still technically bring everything else in, but not bring the copper items in. Is that correct, Shark?
Yes. If I understood what you were saying correctly, yes.
Yeah. So if you picked up steel, or you picked up aluminium, or you picked up any of these other stuff when you're out scrapping that didn't contain copper, you don't need the license for that.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. The yards are still going to get a photo ID and, record what you brought in and stuff, but you don't have to have the license unless there's copper. Hello, Grandpa Kevin.
Watch out in there, Mike's mouth. My yard requires ID for any scrap, ferrous or non. So there we go. Hey, Grandpa Kevin, Happy New Year to you.
And Happy New Year to you as well.
Philip is saying he's saying nothing on this subject. Sometimes saying nothing says everything, Philip. Tells the whole story. By the way, Jeanette, welcome in.
Last week, there was a guy came in with some wire in the back of his car. So he went and put it on the scale, and then the yard manager's sitting there and he's pulling it off the scale and throwing it on the side. And the guy's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "You can only sell $25 worth of copper." So he had this big pile, and he took probably 3/4 of it back with him because he didn't want to wait. Here you have to wait 3 days, to get your remaining balance. It's a Michigan state law. You can only sell $25 unless you're a business or whatever. So the guy was pissed off, but he still took his $25 though. And my smart ass, I'm saying, I just throw all that shit back in my car and go somewhere else.
Me too, Mike. Me too.
Yeah, because the yard manager, it's the new guys that bought the yard, so they already know my shenanigans, and you could just see on their face they didn't want to deal with this guy, and they're like, "Yeah, I wish he would have." And then he left. Then he had a couple pieces laying on the side. I said, "Yeah, but look, you can get just a little bit here for free." But yeah, it's tricky.
That's what Richard said there. Like, he sold 3K worth of copper last year. Think I will start hoarding it now. Maybe selling it on eBay. Well, as I said on I don't know, on some of my shorts I do, or some of my lives I do on TikTok sometimes. I was noticing there on Etsy and eBay, people selling the copper bars, and people buy them for more than scrap price because it's usually people who are doing crafts or doing copper jewelry. Or stuff like that will buy these bars, and then they'll make jewelry from them later on. So they'll buy a kilo copper bar or 2 kilo copper bars, and they'll pay a higher price than the scrapyards are paying. So maybe it's an option for people who melt their copper. You know how some people melt their copper and then the scrapyard won't take it? It might be an option for people to have a look at Etsy and have a look at eBay, and I've seen it on some other craft place where people were selling the copper bars, people making copper jewelry. So people making copper rings and copper bracelets, copper necklaces were buying it and paying instead. I think at the time the scrap price was €7 a kg here, and they were paying €11 a kg for the copper bars. So it was a lot more money than your scrap price. So it might be an option for scrappers to look at. Hey, Mike, welcome in.
Howdy, everybody.
Morning.
Happy New Year.
What up, Mike?
Not too much. A little bug, but
I think everyone has a bit of a bug. I have a cold. I have a chest infection. US Mike reckons he's getting a chest infection. There's no sign of E. Matthew, so he must definitely have a chest infection.
I'm staying away from everybody.
Yeah.
I was going to say, how about? Thanks, Mike.
Wait a minute, Mike. Yeah, that ought to help.
I want everybody to stay 6 feet away from their damn cameras. My God.
Yeah, we're lucky enough that we can't transport stuff to the cameras yet.
Yeah, I'm gonna give Shark a big hug. Hold on a minute.
You got the wrong way.
Iris, on what you were just talking about, the copper. One other thing that I've noticed is I do a little bit of stacking also of silver. I think I showed a little silver bar that I purchased a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I've also noticed that you can also buy minted copper bars from all the general wholesalers or retailers and whatnot that you buy all your precious metal bars from, and the premiums on those are usually about 5 times scrap value.
Yeah, but I wonder why people buy that. Why do people buy copper bars as from them precious metal sites or whatever? Because again, guys, you can go on if someone wanted a copper bar, you can go. I know you pay more on eBay or Etsy for it, but you're not going to pay that premium 5 times it. So why don't I don't understand that? But people are doing that. People are buying it, and because these companies wouldn't have them up there if they weren't selling. Simple as.
Yeah, I had a buddy that was doing that until I showed him. Actually went online and showed him, and he's like, "Oh shit, yeah."
Yeah.
Well, I think there's a couple of things at play there. One, there's a lot of stupid people in the world,
Hey,
and but there's also I mean, like, it's different if you buy a copper bar that was made by someone that you knew, and it was, you're just like, it's like, like I have a copper Australia from E-Waste Ben. I offered to buy it from him, but I won it in one of his giveaways a few years back, so that buying it as a collector's item is different than stacking it thinking you're eventually going to make money on it, which is just stupid.
Yeah.
no,
I just pulled it up. A 1 ounce copper round with just a generic minting, the Buffalo coin or whatever, 1 ounce, $2.59.
Yeah.
Man.
Hey, welcome in, merchant. I run my own graduate shop system for copper wire and was thinking about turning my homemade jet engine into a copper melting device to make ingots. There, well, hey, that'd be an interesting video.
Yeah, there you go.
you watch every pulse
okay.
hits the copper, and the copper goes sprays away.
I think we definitely would be interested in seeing that video. We would. Definitely would be interested in seeing that video. Gills, Happy New Year as well. Welcome in, Bob.
Hey, Bob. Great to see you again, man.
But so the Etsy thing, let me just check now and see if there's any up there in Etsy at the moment. Let's see.
Hello, Enfield.
Welcome in.
Hey, Lee. Happy New Year.
It was really interesting, though, as I was preparing for the live stream and I was researching laws from various states, and how it really is different. I mean, across the 50 states, there's all kinds of nuances and differences, and but it all comes down to you're either writing laws to punish the thieves, you're writing laws to control the sellers, or you're writing laws to control the buyers. And it's almost as if the legislatures in some states have said, well, it's too damn hard to control the thieves, so let's see what we can do to control the people that are actually going to follow the law.
Yeah, I'm looking here on Etsy now, and there's a 1 kg 999 copper ingot for sale at €27.90. So at the moment, copper here is $7.30 a kg. So that's 4 times the value of copper. So if you're into melting your copper bars and you're thinking, how am I, the scrapyard won't take them or whatever, that might be an option for you. There's brass bars for $25.90. There's let me see what else. Someone here actually has done something really crafty. They've done 6 handmade copper tiles, perfect for your kitchen backsplash. So they've made
okay.
Yeah, and copper true metal with patina and waxed afterwards, and there 6 of them will set you back 86 euro at the moment. So there's some ideas there for people who are trying to maybe make a bit of extra money from their scrap. So rather than just going to scrapyard, if you have a way of melting them into bars, have a look at it.
I'm writing that one down.
Yeah.
6 tiles. How much area does that cover, though? Is that like 1 square foot?
Well, the tiles are
4 inches or 5 inches square.
No, they're only 4 inches by 4 inches.
Oh.
And how thick?
They look only about well, it doesn't say how thick they are, but looking at the picture, they don't look awful thick. I'll share the screen so you can actually see.
I'd say a quarter of an inch or less.
Yeah.
Let me share the screen. share screen. And let me find.
So 80 euros for roughly 1 square foot.
So can you see the picture there now?
There you
Yep.
go. Yeah.
Let me make it bigger for everyone. Make it full screen.
Not 1 square foot.
There we go. So that's the picture of them there. So you can see there the thing. So a good idea. Some people will buy that stuff. So
Right.
it's another option for people who want to make a bit of extra money from their scrap. Because again, a lot of people want to melt their copper into bars, but then they don't know what to do with it afterwards because scrapyards don't want to touch it because they don't know what's inside of it. So have a look at Etsy, guys. It could be an option for you.
I'll have to show that to my wife. Maybe she'll want that.
She's going to rub on the copper bars, on the copper tiles like a cat would on catnip.
So, this was weird. I was at one of the stores here in the area that they sell rocks and crystals and those kind of things, and they had copper pyramids and copper balls and weird copper shapes and I said, I asked the lady, I said, because I introduced myself. I said, I do electronic scrap. I get a lot of copper and aluminum, and I'm looking at the market around the area. I said, do you sell a lot of these copper shapes? She said, I can't keep them in stock. I'm like, I said, okay, well, let me have your business card. Maybe I can help you out with that.
We can sell her our copper for a premium.
So I'm giving very serious thought to learning how to do some casting and molding and shaping and things like that, so that I can help feed the local artist community here materials that they can turn around and sell.
Hey, Shark, copper balls? I think brass balls would be cheaper, wouldn't they?
Hey,
we could write for a monkey.
Hey, we might have a good sort. Like when Ian Matthews retires, isn't he becoming an artiste? So he might buy some of our copper for making some of that art he's going to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know if we can afford the taxes for shipping stuff to the United Kingdom.
Yeah, well, I could bring it over when I'm going over there.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, I guess it can't be any worse than M&Ms.
Yeah, can't be any worse. The tax on them.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. Hey, what I was telling me, Grandpa Kevin was telling me there's a new M&M flavor, peanut and jelly. Was it peanut and jelly you said?
Wait a minute.
That's a hefty discount there, Jill.
Peanut butter and jelly.
There we go. That's another new flavor I'm going to have to find.
Yes, and according to my wife and my daughter, yuck.
I have not seen those yet. I gotta go down the candy aisle and take a look for that.
Yeah, and try them out. So what are they like anyhow? They're nice, Kevin.
Pay me to ship them to you, Shark.
So, Kevin, are they nice? What do they taste like? Are they?
I have no idea. The package is yet to be opened.
Well, we're waiting.
Yeah, well, hold your breath. You'll find more glass balls on the monkeys than you will before I start eating these.
Scrap in Scotland makes a good point there. He's no problem with selling metal. It's selling the boards is the issue. So that's a big issue in the UK and Ireland. There's no real board buyer. Now I know there's a board buyer down near Everyday Solars, but I don't think there's anyone up in Scotland that buys the boards. And I know there's the one near Ian, but their prices aren't the best.
Hey, something is better than nothing.
Yeah, he'll empty the shed before he buy copper. So he will.
Hey, look, all you got to do to get a good price for your copper from Ian is bat your eyes, put a little makeup on and bat your eyes, and he'll sell it to you for nothing.
Yeah. Cruiser said he bought a collection of M&M stuff, so like M&M signs or whatever merchandise. Some of it still had candy in it. Tried some. Bad idea. Is that why you imagine? Is that why you ended up in hospital, Cruiser?
Hey, you can always wash it down with a beer.
What did you make? I just made a video about delivering all my boards to my recycling center right here in Michigan. And what sort of prices did you get? Were the prices comparable to Board Sort and them companies, or were they a bit less or a bit more? Be interested to see. Possibly. Vinny Hill is funny. Tragic personal life. Many we have.
Yeah, most times chocolate doesn't age well.
No. The chocolate doesn't age well, is right, and especially if it has flavors in it. I find they definitely don't. If it's got added flavors to it, like if it's mint or it's something else put in with it, they seem to make it go off quicker.
And you see, that's why I have to make it very clear to Mrs. Shark why.
Yes, James.
When she brings chocolate home, it doesn't last very long.
These are nice. I like these Cadbury's Dairy Milk and Oreos mix. They're nice.
Oh.
That Cadbury bought all the broken Oreos and made a flavorful product out of it.
Dang it. I don't have any snacks up here. It's not fair.
Let me just see. I have to check. No, it's still got the
snacks.
It's still got the royal seal on it, even though Ian Matthews said that they had lost the seal. So obviously this bar was made before that happened.
Hey, what do you think here? I'm getting a little bit concerned that people are catching on to sharks. Here is my wife found this. It's a box cutter in the shape of a shark. I'm like, come on, maybe they should be paying me a royalty here or something.
Yeah.
Maybe you missed a little gimmick there, Shark. You should have all like tools on your website that are in the shapes of sharks, screwdriver shapes.
Yeah, I gotta reach out to this company in China and see if I can't work a deal with them.
Do you hear Mike's cat meowing at him?
Yeah.
I don't know where he's at.
He's there somewhere. He's meowing away, but wherever he is.
He's in the hallway.
Yeah, the only reason he recently lost.
Open the door and let him in.
Door is open. He's just an idiot. Like his owner.
I didn't want to say that.
I don't care. I don't like any of you people anyway.
It might be the last week for the tree. I think the tree is coming down this week.
Well, the tree has to come down tomorrow. It's the 6th of January is the last time you should have a Christmas. It's bad luck to have it up after that.
There's no rules. Not in this house.
There's rules. There's rules. You shouldn't put it up before, and you should have it down by certain dates. And you've broken the rules. You've broken the rules.
Don't tell my neighbor that he's got a basement set up that he's got a Christmas tree up 24/7, 365.
I was watching, it had to be Merchant Metals I was watching when we had the scrapyard drama. And I kind of thought he was in Michigan because I heard his GPS say 22-mile road. And I said, that sounds familiar. So now I want to know what part of Michigan he's from. Come on, idiot.
Welcome in, scrapping together. Good to see you.
Hey,
Happy
Bill.
New Year. Yeah, tree down tomorrow. Correct. You are correct, scrapping. Tree down tomorrow.
Freaking cat.
You wanted to get the center of attention by walking across in front of you. Yeah, tomorrow is Little Christmas, it's called. Correct. So
I don't know. We'll see. It takes us a couple weeks to take everything down here.
Well, yeah, if you have 100 Christmas trees up in the winter.
Is that because of the age situation?
You're number one, Tim.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate
it. As you said, you crazy Celts. Yeah, we us Celtic people like the Scottish and the Irish and the Welsh would have all these sort of what we used to call them pisherogues, which means old time sayings. So they would have come from pagan times, back in the pagan. And they would have been handed down through the generations. So it's meant to be bad luck to have any Christmas decorations up after tomorrow.
You know what they say. If at first you don't succeed, let the neighbor do it.
Hey, You know what? Given the luck that I had in 2024, I don't think it could get much freaking worse.
It can always get worse.
But Irish, did the pagans have Christmas?
No, it wasn't some sort of other celebration. Don't forget, Halloween came from the pagan tradition. Halloween originated in Ireland in times, and instead of pumpkins, it was turnips that were carved out, and the faces were put onto the turnip. Then the Americans got hold of it and decided to commercialize it, the living daylights out of it, like they do everything else, and make a fortune from it.
Hey, but interestingly enough, Mike, the pagans had they had a winter holiday festival. I forget what, and it was different for each pagan group. But when the Christians were trying to decide how are we going to control all these people, they decided, well, you know what? We will make a Christian holiday around the same time, and somehow or another, they decided, oh yeah, we're gonna make that when Jesus was born, and so Christmas was invented as a way to take the place of these other pagan rituals around that time as a way to wrap pagans into the Christian faith. So
that's also where the Celtic cross came from. The Celts idolized the sun, the circle, and they just took a cross and put a circle in the middle of it, and that's the Celtic cross.
Yeah, I didn't know that. There we go. So a lot of stuff has come down from the pagan traditions and being adapted into everyday life. As say Halloween, as Shark was saying there, the Christians introduced Christmas as to get the pagans to still have their celebrations, but to be in one instead of a load of different ones.
Yeah. And the pagan winter celebration was the renewal of the year because the days started getting longer at the winter solstice. So it was the birth of the year, and that's why they associated Jesus's birth with it.
Okay, didn't know that either.
Yeah, very cool. History is amazing.
Oh yeah. I'm not a religious person. I study a lot of stuff.
Yeah. It's no harm knowing information is good. The more information you suck in and the more stuff you know, the better it is. Yeah. Were used in early Christians in order to get them to convert. Yeah, exactly, Lofer. So as Shark was saying the same thing, it was how do you get them to convert? Well, let's give them part of what they already have and introduce it as this new thing, and all of a sudden they're in their Easter is pagan too, springtime, new beginnings and fertility, hence eggs and rabbits. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, there you go.
Are all the scrapyards up and open again? I presume they all are. That they're from the new year. Yeah, they'll be all up and open. They don't really shut down for long over in America, do they?
No, actually, ours here locally did not shut down very long at all. But that's because there's also a tremendous amount of scrap material that's got to get dealt with. So, there's they were. I don't know what they normally would have for holiday shutdowns, but this year everything that had anything to do with scrap and waste was going as much as it can.
Yeah, I see. Scrap whether everything will be shut down in his area, he reckons. But there was something there that popped in. Oh yeah, the scrap prices. I seen when Patrick Williams there give the price in like $7.30 for copper at the moment in Ireland. And I think just before the Christmas, it was down at $6.50. So there's my exact thing. I say it every year. Coming up to Christmas, they drop the price, and then after Christmas, so anyone that was cashing in, say a ton of copper before Christmas, got €6,300, and if they waited a week until after Christmas, they got 7,200 a ton. So there you go. That's how much the scrapyard went out here. Yeah.
I just wish they would actually publish these prices on their websites, but they're all too chicken to do it.
Yeah, and I know there is the iScrap app out there, but the downside of the app is you're relying on people putting in accurate prices of what is going on in the scrap yards, because you trust to do that. I love how Irish is for Christmas.
Yeah. I learned something else recently about the iScrap app.
Yeah.
They not only are they dependent on people putting in accurate numbers, iScrap app is filtering numbers that they don't like. So yeah, I'm going to delete the app. It's basically useless as far as I'm concerned. I've never found the numbers to be anywhere near accurate. And now that I've learned that they are filtering which yards they will accept numbers to come into their app, I'm just like, all right, I'm done with you guys.
Yeah, they're trying to control the market.
It's just.
So I was going to say, so if a scrapyard near them were given a better price, they're not showing their price. Is that what you're saying?
I better be careful because I don't want to say something that could get me in trouble.
Okay.
But I have learned that they are filtering the prices from some yards. Yes.
Okay. 6th Street Garage. That's a new name to me. Welcome in and Happy New Year, sir. And or madam. I don't know, is it a sir or a madam? But welcome in and thanks for joining the chat.
I've taken stuff down to Rockaway Recycling, which is where the iScrap app is managed.
Yeah. Same company. Yeah.
And I've sold computers and low-grade circuit boards. I took in 620 pounds or so of low-grade circuit boards and got 10 cents a pound. But there's no other yards around that will buy them.
Well, yeah, you got to do what you're going to do.
Yeah. So copper wire, they're very picky about because they'll tell you that this grade of copper is not what it should be, and that grade of copper is not what you're supposed to be thinking it is. And they jiggle the numbers around. There was a fella actually that brought in some computer peripherals, and he had 10 pounds of RAM, gold-fingered RAM. I says, how much are you getting from them? He said, $6.50 a pound. I said, hold that thought.
Oh, my God.
Took the phone out and brought up board sort, showed him the price for the
You made a mistake. You made a mistake.
He says, are you kidding? I said, there it is. Right
Why
there.
Why didn't you say to him, you're getting 6 something? Look, I'll give you $7 a pound. And then you make the rest.
I would have offered him 10 and I would have gotten him as a customer to keep getting from.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not what I'm into. I took that sale away from Rockaway Recycling.
So, it's funny that you bring that up, Grandpa, because they, iScrap app put a video up today talking about RAM. And it's, he made some just flat out mistakes, whether they were intentional, whether it was a mistake, I don't know.
Calculated error.
Yeah, but it was just wrong. And so I put a comment in there, correcting basically what he said about RAM. And a little while later, I noticed that the comment had been deleted.
Yeah. Because somebody over there was saying, no. He knows too much. Gone.
Yeah. So I think I may be blocked now from Tom's posts.
That's right.
If you're up on YouTube and you're putting information out and you're putting wrong information out and someone picks you up on it, you should put your hands up and go, sorry, I made my mistake. I give you the wrong figures, or I done something, whatever, or this is the most we can afford to pay because we have this, and this to do. Then fair enough, but not just delete someone because they pull you up on something. If you're up on YouTube, you're up there to be pulled on sometimes,
Yeah.
Hey Ed, welcome in. Good to see you.
Yep. Well, it's a dog eat dog situation. If I'm just doing it as a hobby, I'm scrapping just as a hobby, so it doesn't matter. I keep my thumbs from twisting up, and then every once in a while I have to unwind them.
Yeah,
so,
like again, when I do this and I show what I do. So even there, I've done a video where I used HCl and bleach, And today there was a comment. Some guy goes, "Well, why didn't you use peroxide instead of bleach?" And I go, "Because I wanted to use bleach. That's what I wanted to do in the video. It wasn't a video about HCl and peroxide. It was a video about HCl and bleach. So that's why I used bleach. I thought it was pretty obvious why I used bleach. But I explained that maybe I'll do a video at some stage of HCl and peroxide and compare both of them and see does one work better than the other. But the video I was doing at the time was HCl and bleach. So for someone to say, "Why didn't you use peroxide?" Because the video was HCl and bleach, wasn't HCl and peroxide. I think that was fairly obvious.
Bleach was handy. The peroxide I had to go buy.
Yeah. Well, bleach is a lot cheaper than peroxide anyhow. So I can buy 5 liters of bleach for less than €5. If I bought 5 liters of peroxide, it's going to be €30.
Yeah. Well,
I don't mind anybody's comments on my videos. I will respond to everybody, if nothing else, with just a thank you.
Yeah.
Unless they are derogatory.
there you go.
If they use derogatory words in their comment, I will delete it.
Yep.
I don't even.
And it'd be nice if you could block them too.
I think you can.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called you can go in on the comment and you can say I think it's called mute commenter or something like that.
Yeah.
And it blocks them. They can post things all they want, but it'll never show up on the on the feed. So.
Look, you're always going to get people who are going to pull up on things, little things, and fair enough. I just give them the heart or whatever. I don't bother blocking them. And again, I don't say I do everything right on my channel. I'm not saying this is the way everyone should do their gold recovery, and it's what the way I do it, and I'm showing what I do. And if people say, well, as long as they're pulling me up on genuine things and not pulling me up on stupid things like just having a go for no reason, I can understand. If I was doing something unsafe, I can understand someone saying, "Well, why weren't you wearing gloves doing that?" Or "Why weren't you doing this?" Or "Why was it this?" I fully accept that. But when people pull you up on stupid things, I just take no heed of that.
Yeah. I mean, the one person I've deleted and blocked is someone who felt that no, it wasn't you.
That guy?
It was someone who decided to say that use a derogatory term towards me because I was taking apart a server and not selling the parts of it.
Oh man, I get that all the time. All the time.
They're regulars, and then they go, "You could have got $500 for that, and you're only getting $5 worth of scrap. You're such an idiot," stuff like that. And then you go, "Oh well, I have another one. Do you want to give me $500 for it?" You can hear the crickets going by.
Oh yeah. Before I did it, I actually took one apart and I put the parts up on eBay. No takers.
I only blocked the perv, so that means Ian Matthews is blocked from her channel.
Oh, and Mike too, I imagine.
And Mike.
He didn't block me on Messenger yet, though. Still good.
Same as Shed Shop P. If you have to be negative all the time, don't bother commenting. If it's something that you don't like or you don't, there's so many channels out there, and I don't get that with people. There's millions and millions of channels out there, and if I go onto a channel and it's something I don't like, I just go to a different channel. I don't need to feel the urge that I need to criticize them. There might be someone who watches their channel and finds their stuff brilliant, and that's up to them. So at the end of the day, it's everything. I don't feel the urge to need to put stuff into people's comments that it is. If I see something that I think it might help, I might say well done or whatever.
Now sniff, Mike.
when I done it this way, and I found this worked good for me. It might help you out. I might say something like that, and it's up to them then if they want to do that.
Yeah, and I don't mind a negative comment as long as it's not derogatory.
Yeah.
If you use derogatory language, I'm not going to tolerate it.
I've learned a lot from people challenging me in the comment section. It's like it's like, oh, you know what? I hadn't thought of that, or that's a good point, or let's take a look at that.
There's comments I like too. If someone says, oh, well, if you did it this way, you wouldn't have had that issue. Sometimes I run into an issue and I might say, I don't know what this stuff is. Why is it gone like this? Or I can't understand what happened because I've done this, and this. And then someone would say, oh, you missed such a step. You forgot to put such a thing in. And you go, oh, yeah, I forgot that. And I don't mind that. That's perfect. I accept them comments all day long. Because if it's someone that knows what they're talking about and they're actually giving you advice and giving you something that helps, then definitely,
The other thing that I will block immediately is politics and really foul language.
There you go.
I don't put up with it. My channel isn't about politics. There's plenty of places that people can go talk politics.
Yep.
So just go put that somewhere else. I'm not going to put up with it.
That's right. However, just about everything you do is based on politics.
Well, and that's. Go on, Sharon.
Go ahead, Irish. Go ahead.
I was going to say, yes, it is as in laws that people do or stuff that is down for us, but that's for everyone. It's not just targeted at us. Everyone that's living in every country has to deal with that every day of the week. They go to work, they pay the taxes. There's certain rules they have to live by, stuff like that. So that's that. But again, there's plenty of channels if you want to give out about your politicians and whatever. There's plenty of channels on YouTube where you can go on there and say, give out all day about whoever you want on there, and that's what it's for. It's not. There's no need to go around to every YouTube channel you see and start blaming the politicians because you've had a bad day.
Right.
Yeah, there's an important difference between talking about how this politician voted on this bill or this law that was created by this legislature. That's very different than saying, just some blanket comment that, oh, well, that's all because of the Dems, or that's all because of the Republicans, or that's all because of, pick the party that you don't like. Yeah. And so it does mean that I have to play the nuance gray area game sometimes about comments that I delete for those reasons. So, I go down the road, whereas if the comment is trying to educate people on something that is verifiable fact, whether I like the answer or not, I'll leave it in there because that's important to me. But if it's just BS, then it's gone.
Yeah. Well, as Tyler said there, over this side of the water, it's not a bigger issue as it seems to be in America, where politics is a big thing that divides a lot of people on stuff. Over here, it doesn't really, come into everyday thing. I think over here we just hate every politician. It doesn't matter what side of the aisle you are over here. It's easier to hate them all. But yeah, that's thing. The fastest way to mess up is to get together, is to bring up your beliefs on politics. Yeah, exactly. That's why I try and keep it out of my channel as well, because you fall out with people and people fall out with you because they don't agree on politics. No one's ever going to agree on politics with everyone.
No.
So these ways,
or religion for that matter.
Or religion. So just don't do the thing, because just don't bring it into your channel.
Or college football.
I don't care about sports either.
Back when I was in the Navy, as I got to be a more senior officer and I would get to a new command, the first thing I would do is I would go find the HR representative or the equivalent, in the Navy side, and I would say, okay, look, here's the thing. I just want you to understand, you don't have to worry about getting complaints from me on treating people unfairly, because I'm going to treat everybody like crap.
Yeah. Everyone gets the same treatment.
Yeah.
No one will feel left out, so they won't.
Sure. My thing from my Navy days was, I'm an equal opportunity tormentor.
Were you in the Navy as well, Mike?
I was.
Okay. Didn't know that. There we go.
In fact, the hat I'm wearing right now is my rating, which was a CTI, crypto tech interpreter.
Okay, because I was going to say I don't know what that means. So there we go. So two Navy people on the panel. There we go. Oh. Indeed, and Brassy Goodman.
Trippies are a weird bunch, man. A weird bunch. Just saying.
Oh, yes, we are.
Just put it out there, Shaq. Just put it out there.
There's a reason we're called spooks.
When I was the operations officer on the Vincennes, a Navy cruiser, the Crippies were in my department, and it was like, there were times when I'd have to go into the shack, and it was just like, oh, geez, I am not looking forward, because I was like, I never knew what to expect. It's like I might come in there and they're in bathrobes. It's like it was. I'm sorry, man. It was just you're an unusual bunch, Mike. But I say that in a good, respectful way.
Hill 13 is gone. Take it easy, Hill 13. Bye bye.
Hey, James.
Sluncha.
Whatever.
Oh, look who it is. Look who it is.
Uh-oh.
Oh, daughter-in-law got into hospital. Hope she's not too bad, Ian. So we understand. We'll allow you off with a caution.
With a caution, yeah.
So hope she has a speedy recovery. Hope it's not too serious.
Cruiser.
So, have you much stuff to bring into the scrapyard, Kevin? Have you brought anything lately to the scrapyard?
Friday, I brought in a whole lot of stainless steel, some cast aluminum, and a submersible well pump.
Okay.
I got a whopping $59.
Hey, it's better than the bill of $59, isn't it?
That's right. I can buy more beer now.
There you go. Beer. That's where Kevin's scrap money goes on beer. How about you, Mike's Meltdown? Do you bring much stuff to the scrapyard?
I don't take much to the scrapyards. I'll take whatever steel I accumulate as I'm breaking things down. So this past trip, I didn't have much. It was like the back of that 90-inch TV, a couple other small steel panels and some whatnot. And I think I got like $9. Gave that to my wife. So
I just want to give a quick shout out there to Merchants Metals. He's only 7 off 1,000 subscribers, guys. So if there's 70 of you out there who would like to subscribe to him and get him to his 1,000 subscribers, that would be really good of you. Because there's 52 people watching. So if we could get 7 people to go over and subscribe, we can get him over to the 1,000, which would be brilliant.
Okay. I just subscribed. He's now at $9.96.
Don't forget, guys, you have to watch a video and something else for your subscription to stick. Don't just go over and not check out some of his videos, because that means it'll have disappeared. So what I'm doing now is I've subscribed and putting one of his videos on, and I'm queuing it up to watch later on. So that way then my subscription will stick.
I watched one earlier. I'm good.
Okay, so you're ahead.
All right.
That's a very important note though, Irish, because a lot of times we hurt small channels more than we help, because we subscribe to them and then we don't go watch their videos, or we don't watch them very often, and then the algorithm says, oh well, you're not an active viewer, and so then they later on 3, 4, 6 months down the line, all of a sudden that that subscriber count goes down.
Yeah.
And the small channel sitting there going, huh? What the hell?
Yeah, what happened? Like that. Yeah. If as I say, a lot of people go over and hit subscribe to channels, and then they mightn't watch another video again ever on that channel. And then after so long, what happens is YouTube removes that subscription from that channel, because they go, this is not an active subscriber, and then you lose your subscription. So sometimes growing slowly is a lot better than getting a rake of subscribers, like what back in the day in the let it grow or whatever thing used to be on, where everyone was subscribing left, right, and center to every channel. That didn't help any channels in the long run. It slowed down the growth of your channel, really.
Well, 1,000 subscribers is still a pipe dream for me right now. So,
Hey, you get there. Look at as I say, when you get your first subscriber, you go, oh, this is great. I want to get to 100. You get to 100, you go, oh, it'd be great to get to 500. You get to 500, you go, it's great to get to 1,000. Then it's great to get to 2,000, 3,000. I'm at what now at the moment? But I don't take as much notice anymore. That's why I said, what am I at? I have to go and look. I'm at 8,436, it's saying at the moment. So, you know, it's great to be up there, that amount of subscribers. But at the end of the day, it's the watch that means more than the subscribers to you. Some channels might only have 1,200 subscribers, but then they might be getting 10,000 views on their video, which is a way better than having 8,000 subscribers and getting 200 views on your videos. You know, so it's all about.
Besides,
you know.
How are you going to possibly say bad things about the person if you don't watch their videos? I mean, the only way I have fun picking on Mike is to watch his video every day.
Well, like Ian just give out about the amount of times Mike goes around in a circle. That's what it gets to Ian. So I think Mike does it on purpose now, just to annoy him.
The problem is, if I don't make a comment on Shark's comment on my video, then he calls me.
And I can't do that because I don't have Mike's number.
Oh, well, here, let me put it up. I've got his credit card number too. I'll put that up on the.
I want to use that credit card right now.
Ian has a good point there. Subs mean nothing. I like freebies. It's all about the freebies for Ian. Whatever company sends Ian freebies, he'll make sure they get their airtime. There we go. Merchant has hit 1K. So there we go. So hopefully they will stay with him. I've queued up his video to watch later, and we'll have a look at his channel. Because again, there's so many scrapping channels and e-waste channels out there, and every week you find one or two new ones popping up. So
yeah,
it's good. So Scrooge, you fairly.
I love going to the iScrap app videos and telling people, you know, that they shouldn't bother watching that channel. And oh, geez, I said that out loud, didn't I?
Scrooge
Sorry,
McDuck,
Irish.
Scrooge McDuck grew quickly. He said he got his first subscriber on the 29th of October, and now he's at 1,165. That's good growth.
Yeah.
So it is.
Yeah, but how many times?
That's awesome.
Yeah, that is good growth. I only found you the other day, Scrooge is saying, or Sawler says, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It all depends on YouTube, what they put in front of you. So, and what you're watching a lot of. If you're watching a lot of scrap videos, you get a lot of scrappers put in front of you. If you're watching other stuff, a mix of stuff, you'll end up getting that in front of you.
You know, and some people for whatever reason, some people just are more natural and funnier, or tell a better story, or, you know, it's more fun to watch them, or, you know, those kind of things. And so it's like some new channels that can catch on and grow really fast because, you know, it's just the person captures people more than other folks. So yeah, it's definitely weird.
Ian is saying, "Oh, Shark, don't get me going on iScrap." So I don't know what that's about. Hey, Cold Star Recycling, welcome in. Good to see you. Welcome in. Hope you had a good New Year. By the way, Happy New Year to everyone. If I haven't already said it to you, so Happy New Year to you. Hope 2025 brings everything you want, and it goes well for you on both your personal life and your YouTube and your scrapping. I regret even reading the headline. I don't know what that's about. Anyway, I only came up the other day, but they've watching you guys for years. I did my studies. Oh, I don't know. You want to be careful what you're studying with us.
Yeah, that'll get you in trouble. I was thinking of changing the description on my, if you go to my about page and you learn more about, I was thinking about putting in the description of my channel how not to do this.
Yeah, I see there what Steve Scrappy said. They made a play button. A lot of people do that. They make their own play buttons and stuff like that. When they hit certain goals themselves. So it'd be that's something that Ralph Morrick should do. He should make a mold for play buttons, and he could make play buttons and people could buy them for their own channel off them. He could make them out of brass and he could make them out of aluminium.
He could make them out of copper and sell them.
Yeah. Thanks everyone. Have fun. Happy New Year all. Hey, take it easy, Ed. Thanks for being in. Appreciate you dropping in. I scrapped video headlines, Irish. Okay, I was wondering what you were on about there. My channel. Wearing a kilt.
Maybe he.
Oh, you've got that blizzard conditions. Electricity went out for a few hours. Oh, stay safe, stay warm.
Man, that sucks. It's like you lose power when it's cold, and that's really bad.
Welcome in and good to see you. Been a while since I've got to watch. Bad weather brought me indoors today. Enjoy the show. Football game starting soon. What team are you supporting?
And is that American football or
real football? It'd be American football, isn't it? Isn't it coming near the Super Bowl playoffs? I think over there.
I don't know. I don't pay any attention to football one way or the other.
Welcome to the party.
Oh, I like the Super Bowl. I'm looking forward to that. I like watching the Super Bowl. Stay up late to watch it. Then get to the halftime show and usually fall asleep then before the game is finished.
There's 3 games left in the college football playoffs.
Is it okay?
So I watch the Army-Navy game every year for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
And I only watch the Super Bowl for the halftime show. Other than that, if I happen to find a football game on TV, I'd change the channel.
Oh, I'm just after spotting. It's nearly time to finish, so I'm going to shoot around and ask everyone what they have planned for the week. So, E-Waste Mike, what's your plan for the week?
Nothing. Play with my motors. That's all I got to do.
Hope we can find some more scrap.
So
I don't have nothing to do. I have nothing going on.
Motors. Well, motors is something to do, isn't it?
I don't have that many left of them either.
Yeah, well, you'll have to make a trip to the scrapyard and get more.
I'm not lucky. I don't get my stuff for free.
I know. You have to buy it. Yeah. Maybe you need to start putting ads up around the place. Anyone that wants to get rid of scrap, you'll collect it.
I don't want to deal with these assholes around here.
Well, is there anybody you do like Mike?
Not really.
Mike and Earl, they're the only two.
Just me and my cat.
Yeah. So, all right, Shark Scrapper, what's your plan for the week?
Busy week. I need to get a pallet ready for shipping to board sort. I've got the generator showing up on Thursday. I've got a couple of videos that are in the queue. And I've got a couple pickups. And yeah, we need to go put some.
What a view.
And on that note, I think I'll pass it along to
Eddie's got to take the Christmas tree down.
Stop. Right. Are you finished, Shark? Will I pass it on to Mike's Meltdown?
I'm done. I got nothing else.
What's your plan for the week?
Well, we are expecting the snow from Missouri to hit here overnight. So hopefully we won't be shut down too bad over here. I have started working on my fume hood, so I need to finish that up. And beyond that, I need to just break down some stuff and get some more content put together so I can publish some stuff.
All right. Kevin, what's your plan?
I'm going to watch more of Mike's videos. This way, maybe he'll get a little bit more money.
Okay.
I owe you two.
Oh, we can decrease the debt.
Yeah, I owe you.
Okay. That's bringing it into the show. I will hopefully have a video out on Thursday. It just needs to be edited. So if anyone's been watching, see my short video, I've been incinerating some RAM chips. So I've been trying a few different methods, different ways of containing the RAM chips when doing it. So that results of that you can see on the video on Thursday, hopefully. Again, hopefully live next Sunday. As always, guys, appreciate everyone that's been in. If you haven't hit the like, please do. And I've just dropped the link in there for Callers Live. She's going live there now. So see you all over there. And as always, appreciate everyone that's been in. And stay safe and catch you all next week. Bye-bye.
Stay healthy.